right, and we are back. Tonight we have Mr. Joe Perry in the house. We are going to talk a little bit about some things that have happened lately at New Line Cage Fighting. Mr. Alex Davis recently moved up, fought BKFC. He's not the first. I believe Brandon Conley. No, Brandon wasn't the first either. Yeah. Mikey Fernier.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did too.
So we've had three guys go. Mikey has fought BKFC 3 times. Brandon fought once about a month ago. Absolutely wrecked his opponent. Then Alex fought Saturday night. So, that's awesome.
They're like all winning too, for the most part.
Yeah. Brandon and Alex both 1-0 at Bare Knuckle FC. I can't remember if Brandon fought cruiser or like if he fought 205 or heavyweight. I don't know. I'm going to check.
I feel like it was heavyweight, but I'm not sure either.
Yeah, he's not a big heavyweight. Brandon Conley. Yeah, they fought at 205. He beat Donnie Tice at 205. Brandon weighed in 205 even. Donnie was 205 and a half. Then Alex fought Saturday night, comes out. The other dude threw a few big shots, missed. Alex landed a stiff jab.
It's hilarious because it looked a lot like he came out a lot like I did against Alex. He was just throwing overhands, hoping they'd land, and nothing was happening. And he got out. He took it out as soon as he could.
Alex said when they faced off Friday or Thursday, because they fought Friday, right? They squared off Thursday that the guy didn't look like he had a lot of fight in him. Like he looked scared of Alex. That's what he took out of that. And I see it. I mean, that guy was looking to get out of that fight pretty quick. I'm not gonna let a little injury, derail me like that.
Alex does have a presence in the ring.
Yeah,
like I can speak to it. I mean, he's intimidating as hell. So,
yeah, you were one of the first guys to fight him. I mean, that was your first fight, right?
It was my first fight. Yeah,
your first fight.
His second MMA fight. I think he had some boxing ones before then, but yeah.
Yeah. I think he fought boxing when he was still in high school.
Yeah, I remember looking in his eyes in the cage, and it was just like they were just black, like he looked like a shark.
It's like Fedor.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, like he literally doesn't care. Like I don't know if he gets nervous or not. Like I get nervous. Like I get super nervous.
He certainly don't show it.
No. I think the times that there's times that I think he's nervous because there's some fights he will ask me like 10 times what I think his chances are. And then there's some fights he's like, hold my beer and watch this. So
yeah.
I think if he's nervous, I think that's when he's like, what do you think? What do you think my chances are? How do you think I want to do? There's other fights. He's like, yeah, just watch this.
Yeah.
So and that was one of them. He called me the day of the fight and was talking about it. Like, yeah, you watching this tonight? Yeah. He's like, all right. I'm gonna get in and do it.
Bare knuckle's crazy, man. I would never. I don't think I could. It's hard enough for me to do it with gloves. I mean, fuck that.
I don't think I would like it. So I feel like I'm tough enough to like, if I got in a fight, took some damage, I'm not gonna quit just from like, ow, that hurts or something. But like, I may not come back. I might, like I might finish the fight, take the damage, but then be like, dude, that never again. That was stupid.
Is bare knuckle counted different than regular boxing records?
It is. It's on. You can go on BoxRec. That's what I was just looking at. So it's all on BoxRec, but it's in a different subcategory.
It should be. It definitely should be.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit you could do in bare knuckle that you can't do, or it wouldn't be effective in regular boxing.
Right.
Because like Mike Perry would not be doing this well in regular boxing. We know.
No, he's he fought boxing recently, and I guess it didn't go that well.
Oh,
right?
No, yeah, he fought Jake Paul. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I forgot about Jake Paul.
I should have asked you what would happen if Mike Perry fought Jake Paul.
I would have told you Mike Perry beat him. I mean, I was so confident going, I remember everything now. Like, damn, why did I
like, wait a minute, that did happen. That's real. I think you blocked it out.
I block out most of Jake Paul's fights. I just forget about him.
I've only seen a few of them. I saw him fight Nate Robinson, Ben Askren.
I saw the second Tyron Woodley one.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen either one of them. I saw the highlights of. I think I saw the highlights of the first one because people were talking about something with his glove, or was that the second one?
The second one, they said that it was fixed. That he told him when, but he starched him with that punch. I think that one was real for sure.
Yeah,
this whole Tyson one, I don't know about that one. I don't know about the Mike Tyson fight. If that's real.
If it's listed as an exhibition, they could go in and beat WWE for all I know. I don't know. I hate this happening. Like Tyson is old. I don't care, man. I don't care how good he is. Like he's got an old brain. The brain can't take those.
Yeah, he's got knocked around, and we can tell that much already. But like you said, it's probably just going to be for show anyway, and Tyson's just going to get a bag out of it.
Look at did you watch Vitor Belfort versus Evander Holyfield?
Yeah, dude, I did. Yeah,
I feel like it's going to end up like that.
Yeah.
If they're going hard, maybe not that bad, but if they're going hard, like it's going to be like that.
Yeah, that one was sad.
Yeah, like Evander in his prime, like that would never happen.
Mm-hmm.
But Evander has no business in there with these kind of guys.
Yeah, young bucks like Vitor Belfort.
and he's not even that young, but he's
that's what I'm saying. He's up. Yeah, he's definitely he's got some help.
Get Vitor on the juice. He's back on top. So I hope Tyson is juicing. That's fine. Yeah. I hope he's juicing, and I hope he doesn't get hit in the head.
Imagine Jake Paul kills Mike Tyson in the ring, dude. Imagine.
I mean, I'm not going to say it's not possible.
It's certainly possible. Every time anyone steps in there, it's possible. But like everyone hates Jake Paul already, so like he might get he might get like a death threat against like.
I'm not a Jake Paul hater, but at the same time, like I don't care. Like I said, I've only watched like 2 or 3 of his fights. So I literally, I mean,
he has legitimate boxing skill.
Yeah, he does. He's not bad. I'm just not watching him because I'm not interested.
But he fought Tommy Fury and lost. And Tommy Fury's not the greatest boxer, but he's at least a real boxer.
Has Tommy lost yet?
I don't know. I haven't kept up with him.
See, hit some wrong buttons here. Old man fingers. 10-0. So let's see. He has fought one time since he beat. He's fought one time since he beat Jake. Tommy beat a 10-1 guy, but that guy's not terrible. I mean, he had a few easy wins, but he beat.
I mean, I would figure his record would be a tad padded.
Yeah, it's like Tommy may not. No, Tommy's padded too. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, that's what I was saying. I figured
he beat a 10-102, then he beat an 0-26, a 2-26, 0-11, 0-9. He beat a 2-0. Let's see what that 2-0 guy was. Okay, that guy was 2-0 against 0-8 and 0-4.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go back. So then he beat an 0-1. Then he beat a 10-1, and that's the one I just looked at, and that was a padded 10-1. And then he fought Jake Paul. But I mean, Tommy's not terrible.
Like I said,
I tell you what, you take Jake Paul or Tommy, put them in West Virginia with those records, and compare them against all the guys around there. The guys that are coming up. The guys that have 6, 8, 10 fights that are on that level. Like, we're not talking, like, these guys aren't. You can't really compare them to the top guys in the world. It's weird because, like, they're early in their career, but they're headlining big pay-per-views.
Yeah, they're getting
a lot of eyes on them. Yeah, there's a lot of eyes on them compared to, like, so Thomas Gant that fought on 4 of our last few shows, he's incredible. He's awesome. He's coming up, a ton of promise. But like, if you put Tommy in his pro debut headlining UFC, everybody's going to be saying he's not that good. I don't know what the hype's all about. Same thing.
Yeah.
But you give him 15, 20 fights, see where he's at then. So that's all I'm saying about Jake Paul. Like, let's give him some time and see where he's at after 20 fights.
I think it really is just the hate's just because it feels undeserved where he's at and how much hype he's getting. Yeah. But I mean, maybe if you got it, why wouldn't you do it?
Imagine if Mr. Beast decided he was going to box. He starts fighting Same thing. He's gonna like headline a major event. Like his amateur debut, he's sold 100,000 tickets.
At
20
least.
million people watching online. It's a unique thing. Like whenever a lot of people for their first fight will sell a few tickets just for people who are intrigued, but then after that it dies off. But with Jake, it's just like snowballing.
I think it's just people are waiting for him to like really lose. For some
Yeah, a
reason,
lot of
people don't
people
count
are.
the Tommy Fury loss as a loss. Even I think it was a decision loss, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it?
I think it was.
Split decision.
Yeah. So people really don't consider that a loss, but
Yeah.
I mean, people are waiting to see him get flatlined, and that's what everyone's hoping Tyson will do, and that's why that one's getting all the hype.
Oh, and Fury he knocked Fury down in the 8th round. I don't know. I'm looking at it. I'm just looking at the notes, but I haven't seen it. So they were both deducted points for fouls, and Fury went down in round 8. It was an 8-round fight. So Paul must have been coming on at the end.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out now.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I haven't watched it.
I didn't know. I knew it was a decision. Didn't know it was split, and I didn't know he got a knockdown. So I guess that does make sense that people would say that was a robbery. But
yeah, two judges had it 76-73 for Paul. No, for Fury, and then the other one had it 74-75 Paul.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jake's had a few fights since then. So he was 6-0 going into that. Took his
I think he fought
straight.
Mike Perry was his last one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And then
Perry was 0-1 coming into the fight.
And yeah, because he's been doing
Perry lost.
Doing the bare knuckle thing, and he had a lot of success in bare knuckle, and then he came back to fight Jake Paul. And I was hoping so badly that this would be the one that he would get flatlined on. I'm just like I have that same mentality. I want to see him get knocked out. And I thought Mike Perry, king of bare knuckle boxing, would be the guy to do it. But no, you put gloves on him and it's a different sport.
You take those gloves off and Perry wrecks Jake Paul.
Oh, God.
100%.
Oh, God.
100%. Not even going to be a fight.
He's an animal with bare knuckle. For some reason, it's that different. It's crazy.
Yeah. I watched that bare knuckle pay-per-view this weekend. Normally, I only watch them if I know somebody, but we watched the whole thing. Jeremy Stevens looked great.
He's built for that too.
One of the vets. Yeah, I didn't think coming into that fight, I knew he would do well, but I was thinking he wouldn't be durable because the way he punches, he just throws everything into it. He hits somebody in the hairline, he's gonna break his hand.
Right. Yeah.
You can do that in MMA gloves too, but Jeremy just throws so hard that I didn't think he would be durable for a long career.
I think that would be the biggest, at least in the punching aspect, the biggest difference is placement of your punches, accuracy where you're wanting to put them is a lot more important with bare knuckle.
There was one guy, a big, tall, long heavyweight. I don't remember his name. I'm going to have to look him up. The way he punched was so weird. But it was very effective, and he is absolutely running through people.
And he's doing bare knuckle?
Yeah. Let's see. Bare knuckle. His name. It's not. Is it McElroy? So he's not a heavyweight. No. Okay. So Kyle McElroy. He's not as big as I thought. Never mind. I thought he was a lot bigger. He's just getting good fights set up for him, I guess. And his bare knuckle record is not even that good. I'm over here talking this guy up.
Keep talking about.
He's 1-4 coming into that fight.
Well, he must have some good highlights.
Dude, Kyle McElroy came out. But it was really effective. His last couple fights, he's just wrecking people. I swear, man, you gotta go check it out.
I'm definitely going to now.
I'm over here talking this dude up because I was thinking he was Robert Helenius or something, 6'9", 230. I look him up. He's 6'3", 184, and I'm thinking he's a giant. I'm like,
he's just tall for his weight class. Then,
yeah. I think he may have fought a short dude. Let me see how tall this dude was. He fought. It doesn't say, but yeah, he. And it was that guy's pro debut period. He's never fought as a pro in anything before.
Damn.
Unless he's fought. Well, maybe he's fought MMA. It's not showing up though. But yeah, he wrecked. So Alex is looking to call out Zach Kalmus. He talked to the people at Bare Knuckle the day before the fight, and they asked him some stuff. He told him, if I win, I want Zach Kalmus. And then they told him if he wins by knockout, he can have Zach Kalmus. He comes out and wins with a jab. So he might have the Zach Kalmus fight. Yeah.
They're like, you can knock him out, we'll do it. He said, watch this. Hold my beer and watch this.
That's Alex. His motto is bite down and swing. But, like, I interpret that as hold my beer and watch this. That's when he's confident. He's usually always confident. There was one fight, he asked me a few times what his chances were. That was when he fought DeJuan Calloway. But, I mean, I would probably be asking everybody, what do you think are my chances? Freaking DeJuan Calloway.
Yeah.
That's a real monster. DeJuan's a real monster. Man, I'd like to see DeJuan do some bare knuckle.
It's another level to me. In my mind. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. Well, if bare knuckle gets legalized in West Virginia or Kentucky, which it's looking like it will in West Virginia, but not Kentucky, I'm going to try to put on some bare knuckle fights. I'll add maybe one to every card.
More power to you, Keith. Don't come calling me.
It's just going to be more division. Dude, we have like divisions for everything. So
you need to open up your Turkish oil wrestling league.
We've been seriously talking about it.
I know, dude. That's why I brought it up, because I was like,
yeah, seriously talking about it.
That would be so great.
I didn't even know it was real. I always hear Elijah joke about it.
Yeah. It's like Elijah's thing.
TJ Hensley joke. I just thought they were joking about it. I was just like, well, I looked it up while I was at work, and I regretted having that pop up. I was like, what? Like, this looks like porn. I'll look at it at home.
Like, what the hell? Have you seen what Keith's been looking up in his cubicle? What the fuck?
Yeah. I look it up, and I'm like, all right, so it's an actual sport. And they don't use a ring or anything. They're literally in the grass. They cover themselves in oil. They have on these like bison skin leather pants, and that's all they wear. There's no weight classes. They say the oil neutralizes the power.
I don't know about that, but okay.
That's what they say.
They can say that, but I don't know.
There's nothing to grip on because everything is so slick. You can't like get anything.
So
that's what they
do. You put the oil on the pants?
Everything,
including the pants.
Head to toe. Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Now,
I guess
this is where all the funny stuff comes from that Elijah jokes about. But you are allowed to go down in the pants. But that's only to grip the pants. You're not allowed to like fondle anything. You can't do any oil checks. You can't do any dick twisting. You can only you can use the pants to get leverage.
I can't wait to be like in the pre-fight interview, in the pre-fight instructions that the commission has to give. Be like, all right, so no dick twists. All right, you can reach down in the shorts, but you can't fondle them. No oil checks.
I was thinking about changing this. And so also some of their matches last for hours because there's like the guy like they're athletes, right? They're athletes, right. And then the oil negates all the power, and it's hard to grip anything. All right, so Kentucky, or we call it West Virginia oil wrestling, we will switch from like the leather pants that you can actually move around pretty decent in to like really tight blue jeans, like Wrangler blue jeans, like 1970s Wrangler cowboy blue jeans, like your balls are crushed in them, like you're always having to pick them and move them.
Keith, you're moving in the right direction, my friend.
Yeah, you got the really, really tight pants. Maybe a leather belt will make it illegal to go in the pants. But the pants are going to be so tight, like the guys, there's going to be more takedowns because like the guys can't like spread their legs to defend a takedown because the pants won't move. Like, their legs get stuck and they fall. But yeah,
this needs to be a thing. I can't wait.
I mean, could you imagine that? Like it'd be like an event. Like kind of run like pro wrestling. These two dudes talking all this crap.
Get like, Julius Perdue in there talking about it's macho time.
It's macho time, baby. You wait till I get that all over my back. Whoop my ass.
I see it. It's a thing. Make it happen, Keith. Come on.
So the way to win, there's 2 ways to win oil wrestling. Like these are the official rules. Your belly has to point to the sky. You lose.
So if your belly up,
and that's for a split second. You don't have to pin them. If their belly faces the sky at any point, it's over.
All right.
Or if you pick them up and carry them for 3 paces. So up off the ground, 3 steps.
Hey, that's actually a good rule. Covered in oil, that's so hard to do.
It's almost, that's what I mean. Like you get like a 300-pound dude and try to pick up a 180-pound guy. He's so slick, you can't get him up. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's so slick, then you drop him, then he picks your ankle or something.
Then next thing you know, you're belly up. You lose.
Your belly up. Yeah.
Keith, when can we see West Virginia oil wrestling at NLC? Give us a time frame.
Oh, it's not going to happen at NLC. It's going to be out in.
You're like, I don't want this anywhere near my company.
It's going to be out somewhere. It's going to be out somewhere away from NLC, like in a public park or something.
Cops are going to be called if you do it that way, Keith.
We'll just tell them, hey, it's oil wrestling, baby.
You go home and get your tightest pair of blue jeans, come out here and meet us. We got the oil.
So, I can see it. The Logan County PD shows up. And they're like, yeah, we was told there's a bunch of men having gay porno in the park.
I don't want my baby singing that. There's all this homoerotic oil wrestling. It ain't right.
It's Greek underground gay porn here in the Chief Logan Park. Shut it down.
This ain't no type of wrestling I ever saw.
Y'all ain't watching real wrestling. That's what it is.
I ain't seen a leg drop yet.
Oh, yeah. The cream's going to rise to the cream is going to rise to the top. Actually, the oil's going to rise to the top of the water, right?
Yeah, oil. Yeah,
the oil's going to rise to the top.
Yep. Good save there, Keith. I love how we did not stick to our topics.
No. We were going to talk about New Line 25, where you fought. I was there too. Yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about New Line 25.
Let's talk about it.
So
I got head kicked.
That was still a really close fight too. What was that score?
I mean, it was unanimous for him, but I believe it was a lot of 27-29.
Yeah. I believe if the knockdown didn't happen, it could have swung it.
Right.
I'm going to bring that score up.
I believe it was 27-29. At least one of the judges had it that way. And then it was...
Yeah, 27-29 on all 3 scorecards. Yeah. So...
They gave him one of the other rounds, which I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like...
Was it the third round that we thought you took?
I feel like I took the first one kind of handily. Yeah. And the third one was more up for an argument. But I gassed out kind of hard in the third, so I could see why people would say he won it.
I feel like he slowed down a little too.
Yeah, we both did. But it was up to me to kind of push it at that point. So I don't disagree with it, but I know. I wish it would have been a little more my way. But, Yeah, your camera's doing some weird stuff there.
I feel like it's really blurry.
It is.
Just going to wipe it off with my shirt. All right. Still blurry.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, there we go.
You're good.
I'm back.
There we go.
You see, baby.
That's about how my vision was after I got head kicked.
So now it's like, this is what it was like after you recovered. Yeah. Now you got head kicked by a grown man. He was like 6'4", 294 pounds.
A grown man. Good yeah. No, literally, I was pretty sure at that point in the fight that he wasn't really able to get his leg up that high. Mm-hmm. So I thought I was kind of safe. You see me, I dropped my hands and then whack.
Didn't he say in a pre-fight interview he was coming with the head kick?
No, he didn't. In the one with you, the one I saw, he didn't say head kick. He just said he was looking to show off kicks.
Maybe he said that when we were not recording, but I remember him saying
he said kicks in general in the interview.
Maybe, but a lot of these recordings we talk for a few minutes before we start recording, so I do remember him saying it, but
it wasn't.
Maybe it wasn't on what was filmed.
I wish it was.
You would have been ready.
No, he probably still would have gotten me with it. He
You would have
set it
been like,
up.
he's lying. He can't get his foot up that
No,
high.
he set it up well, so I do believe it still would have got me. He kept hitting
Yeah.
low, and then he went high, and
Yeah. He did a good job. He set it up.
But I felt like my hands were much better.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if I would have pushed the pace a little more in that third round, I probably could have got a knockdown myself, but I was just so gassed, and it didn't work out my way.
I would like to see you get with some people and do a lot more boxing training. You kind of remind me of like a bigger Eric Mon, the way you fight. Your boxing style, anyway. But at the heavyweight division, some of these just big, strong guys just kind of overwhelm you.
Yeah, I get bulldozed a lot.
Yeah, like you start out, like it starts
Dakota bulldozed the hell out of me.
Like even if you're the better boxer, or maybe just get really good with your footwork, so that they can't bulldoze you, so that you're always just pivoting and stuff, and they just can't nail you down.
Yeah, I work on boxing a lot more than most things, to be honest. That's what I've excelled in since I started training. I've noticed my hands gotten a lot better than when I started. But, I mean, I don't really train much else. Like, I want to start going back to MMA and stuff, but just don't really have anyone who wants to train that with me. I got people who will throw hands with me, but no one who will grapple with me and all that. So
How close are you to Lewisburg?
Pretty far.
Pretty far?
Yeah.
Well, if you're not close enough to train, maybe you can fight old Mr. Ricardo Rodriguez. You got to lose some weight, though. Ricardo's on his way down.
I've been wanting to go under heavyweight. I just hit a wall after I get down to like 225 and I hit a wall.
Yeah.
I just can't really get below that.
Yeah, you will. You'll hit a wall and then you just got to like change some things up. I don't want to go into me losing weight years ago because I'm like 300 pounds now. I can't be giving weight loss advice. So we had some other big fights on this card. There was a big shocker. Denzel Chapman fought Joe Thompson in the main event, and nobody saw that result coming. Joe took the win, split decision, but he looked great.
He had Denzel hurt a couple times, which surprised me too.
Yeah, dropped him with a body shot. Denzel said, I don't know if his rib was out of place or broke, or I don't know what happened, but I was expecting Denzel to go work the body and knock Joe down with a body shot, because like a lot of people were talking about in training camp, they saw Joe get dropped to body shots, and I was thinking like this word is probably going to get to Denzel. People were talking about it that Joe's been going down to body shots because Joe. I don't know. I hear that he smokes a lot of cigarettes. I don't know if that's true, but that's what people tell me. So they say that a lot of cigarettes, not enough sit-ups. But I don't think Denzel really worked the body the way he needed to.
Yeah, and
at least not early.
It's kind of crazy because people would think Joe Thompson would be the less intelligent boxer, right? Because he's coming from like a rough and rowdy type background and all that, and that he would just kind of headhunt and throw haymakers and whatnot. And that Denzel would be the smarter boxer and come in low and high and all that and switch it up. But it was not that way.
Yeah, Joe. I think Denzel came out fast. I think he looked to finish it or hurt Joe early, and Joe just kind of weathered the storm and just kept that steady pace. And he's training. I mean, Joe's training a lot. And Joe, when he was doing the rough and rowdies and stuff all that time, he wasn't training at all. He was just showing up and fighting. And he didn't start training until 2 weeks before he fought Zane Fry in their first fight. That's when he actually started training to be a boxer. And that's just been 13 months ago. I mean, they fought 13 months ago, so I would say 14. He's been training for 14 months, like total. But he's been fighting for like 10 years probably.
Right.
But just started training like only 20% of that time. But yeah, he's already a completely different fighter.
You had Dakota and Jonah on that card too.
Yeah. So that didn't go exactly how I thought it would. I thought Dakota would go I thought maybe Dakota would go last longer with him. I knew Jonah was going to wear him down. Dakota can go the distance with some of these guys, but Jonah just has a way of wearing people out.
I talked to Dakota about it because we text sometimes, and I was like, what happened? You didn't look like yourself in there, all that. And he said that he just blew his wad. He got that adrenaline dump at the end of and couldn't hold up.
having that belt on the line may have played into that, but like Jonah's been in big moments like that before. So like to Jonah, it was just another fight. But it was a big moment for Dakota, and I know he's going to come back stronger.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that.
But I know, like, I said it 100 times before they fought, and I'm like, Dakota can land a big shot, but Jonah just wears people down. He has a weird way of fighting. He just wears people down. He completely wore Dakota down. I didn't see it. I mean, I knew he could wear Dakota down, but I didn't think it was going to happen like that fast.
Yeah, I think it was a combination of the fact that Dakota came in kind of hot and heavy and nervous about it all, and then his style and on top of that.
I'd like to see Dakota get a few fights, work his way back up to that one, maybe get another shot at it. There's some people wanting to get up there and get that title. I don't know what it is. Like, we've had champions in the past that nobody wanted to fight, but like everybody thinks they can beat Jonah. They watch him fight, and they're like, man, I can beat this guy.
Well, I mean, he just
gets in there.
He doesn't look like he could do what he does in there, and he just does it.
He doesn't have that like big impressive frame, and
he kind of just looks like a YouTube stoner guy. Like he's in there fucking people up. Yeah.
But hey, he's really smart. He comes in with a game plan and sticks to it. He's got great coach, great team around him, good people, and I mean, he just wears people down. I mean, they just think I'm going to come and knock this guy out, and then they don't, and then he just puts
next
that
thing
weight
you know,
on,
you can't throw anymore, and you're huffing wind.
You're like, man, I got nothing in the tank, and it's the middle of the second round, and like, what's going on? And he's doing good, man. I mean, it's been a while. We don't get a lot of champions that stick around and defend their belts, and Jonah's doing that. And Jonah wants to fight every time we have a ring or a cage together. Jonah wants on the card, so I love having him on. I love that people overlook him, and that's just going to give him more fights.
Yeah, it's good to have an active champion.
Yeah. Let's see. We had another. There's some really good fights that night. Eric Mon, Tyrone Kenshin, great fight.
Yeah. A lot of people thought that one would kind of be a mismatch too.
Yep.
But
a lot of people were counting Tyrone out after his last performance with Joey Weaver. They just didn't think that he was going to be, up on Eric's level, and he came out and proved everybody wrong and took the dub.
It was a good fight.
Yeah,
I thought the kicking aspect of that fight was a lot better than most of the other ones. There's a lot of good kicks thrown. I mean, Eric throws good kicks.
Let's see. One judge gave Tyrone all 3 rounds. One gave Tyrone 2 rounds. One judge gave Eric 2 rounds. So it's a split decision. Physics. Man, Eric's got some nasty leg kicks. I don't remember if he utilized those.
I think he was predominantly sticking to the body on that one. If I remember right, he was going body kicks a lot.
Eric, I would love to see him really embrace the leg kicks and mix it in with his boxing, because his leg kicks are sick. And I think it's because, like, when he's standing there, he's like at eye level with your legs, but that may be a lot. And then when he's trying to kick up to the body, he's like kicking over his own head to get you in the body. So it's like,
yeah, I remember he threw. I think he threw at least one head kick in that fight against Tyrone. And I was like, don't do that.
I remember he had to like force it. Like,
he
his leg up, like force it, that little flick at the end just to get it up.
Yeah, I was like, don't do that.
And Tyrone's not that tall, but yeah. Eric made Tyrone look like Andre the Giant in there. That was a good fight.
It was a good fight, actually.
Yeah. Here's another one. Dante Owens, Mitchell Vaughn. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, that one had a good finish. It's going to be on my top 10 list, so maybe we can save that one. But
Mitch was looking pretty good, and he just I don't remember what happened.
I think
something happened. He got pissed off.
It was
just came out swinging, and his team was telling him, "Calm down." Then boom, he just gets caught.
Yeah, it was a left hand. If I remember right, it was left hand caught him.
I've skipped over one purposely a few times here because I want to come back to it.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm just gonna go to it now. Where's it at? Oh well, no, there's a couple of them. Chris Percival, Hunter Plough, awesome fight. Awesome fight. Then Chris moved on, got a title fight after picking up that win. That dropped. Hunter was 3-0. They were all like underground fights. But that he was 3-0 coming into it. That dropped him to 3-1. Then he picked up a big win on our last card at Logan. But kickboxing match, lightweight. We had Shahid Hayward versus Roman Belcher in like fight of the century type of thing.
Yeah. I was kind of mad because up until that fight, it was mine and Williams was going to be fight of the night, and I was like, damn, they totally overtook us. It was crazy. That one was crazy. Hell of a comeback. It was a hell of a comeback.
Yeah, 3 knockdowns in the first round, and then to come back and win by knockout in the third round.
Yeah, dude's a warrior.
Yeah, so he came back. I feel like he even came back and dominated. Like after he got knocked down the third time, the third one was like a push kick. It wasn't like anything big. He was just like kind of got caught off balance. So push kick, put him down. But still, that's a knockdown kickboxing. You kick somebody, they go down as a knockdown. Just not like you're not hurt. You're really hurting them too bad, but it counts. So he comes out down 10-6 after the first round.
Mm-hmm.
And like, dude, that's going to be almost impossible to come back from. Like, he even like dominated the rest of that round after getting knocked down 3 times. Second round comes out, dominates, just like on him the whole time. I mean, you could almost call it a 10-8 just from even with no knockdowns, just like just almost a 10-8 just from
one-sided nature of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the third round, but you can't really you can't say the judges may have done it. You got to tell them coming out brother, you got to knock this guy down 2 times just to get a draw.
Yeah.
And he, I believe, I think he got 1 right, and then the referee stopped it.
I can't remember exactly, but it might have been that.
It was just so one-sided after that, just like boom. I mean, just on him, punch, kick, like head kick, left hook, right hook. I mean, it's just boom, 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 just nonstop, literally nonstop.
Yeah, it was the fight of the century for sure.
And his coaches were just yelling at him like go, go, go. That was insane. I'm like, I've never seen somebody just completely dominate a fight
and after being knocked down 3 times.
Yeah. But I mean, could you imagine if he didn't get the TKO? Like he would have completely just dominated a one-sided fight for 2.5 rounds
and still lost by decision.
He lost that. Yeah.
That would have gotten some boos from the crowd.
Yeah. The people who don't understand the scoring
they would have hated that.
Yeah. That's you fought that night, so you didn't get to see all the fights. There were some. Yeah, I was going to mention. Yeah, so you probably didn't even see Chris Percival, Hunter Plough. You didn't see Dylan fight Rob because those were the 2 right. Leading up to you saw those. That was after you fought earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, I fought earlier in the night, but I didn't see the one Rob Myernick and Dylan Murphy fight. I didn't watch that one though.
Yeah, it was a good match back and forth. Both guys are pro now. So that was the kind of the amateur farewell for both guys. Yeah, then Jonah, Dakota, Choi, John Carmona, Griffin Lee and Bruno took our featherweight title from Chase Thomas that night. That was a good one. I don't remember if that was a split or unanimous. I don't see it. I might have to go to MMA Reg. But yeah, I don't. But that was a good fight. So Griffin's coming back. He's going to defend against Sheldon Starcher on our next event. So here in 2 months in Boyd County, Griffin Lee and Bruno defending that 145 title. Sheldon Starcher, who's coming off a big win over Sam Kinker. He's the first man to ever TKO Sam. Sam was known for having a hard head. We saw Denzel Chapman just absolutely lay it on Sam, just could not put him down.
I remember that one.
Starcher.
I remember that fight.
Sheldon Starcher. We haven't gone over every fight, but that pretty much covers that one.
Big ones anyway.
Yeah. So what's next for you?
Well, like I said, I'm wanting to do MMA again. I don't know exactly a time frame of when I'm looking to do it, but wanting to get back into MMA because that's what I've wanted to do from the beginning. I just kind of did this boxing kickboxing thing to get some ring time. Hasn't been fruitful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like MMA. I value that win more, so I'd like to do that more.
You came into it as an MMA fan, right? Just
Yeah.
kind of wanting to
Yeah,
experience it. And
I am much more into MMA than boxing or kickboxing.
Yeah.
So
I believe that's when I first talked to you. You were just like, love watching it, like want to give it a shot.
Essentially, yeah. But I don't know. I don't know when. I'm looking to get it back into training consistently and hopefully get back into it soon.
Yeah. So you got some top 10 lists coming up. So what's the next list? Like what's the category of the next list?
So I already have this one done. I just got to record it, and then you got to edit it. But it's the top 10 boxing finishes at NLC. So I already got that one done, and feel like I need to do a kickboxing list of some kind after that one.
Yeah, we've not had a ton of kickboxing, but it's starting. We're starting to have more.
Yeah.
Now that we're in Kentucky and we can't do boxing there, we're starting to pick up the kickboxing a little bit just to fill those cards up.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a kickboxing list of some kind after that one, and go from there.
So when did you make the boxing list? How long has it been? We've had a lot of boxing matches recently.
I've kept updated with it, Keith. I've kept updated with it. Don't worry. I mean, it hasn't changed, but
yeah,
I kept up. I made sure to keep
that last one we had a lot of good fights, but I don't think we had any like big finishes.
Yeah.
Well, there was Nick Albright, Nick Lyons. Let's see, Ram Elkins, Adam Thompson. Adam just kind of quit. Adam Moore made it to the end. Larry Johnson quit on the stool.
See, going through all the boxing
not really
ones,
any. Josh Blair and Jimbo Wingate. That was a standing TKO from the ref.
A lot of the boxing ones I've noticed at NLC is a lot of the finishes, like, will either be someone quitting on the stool, or it'll just be like a standing 8 count that they call anyway. And so I do have 10 good ones though. I do got 10 good ones. That'll.
Did you see an almost KO from the main event of the last fight?
No, I don't guess I did.
Jonah Adkins landed a bomb on James Estep with like 5 seconds left.
Why haven't I watched that fight yet? I feel like I should watch that fight. I don't know why I haven't watched that one yet.
Yeah, it was, dude. James was out. I mean, you ever seen like on Mortal Kombat how they're standing there like finish him? They're just kind of like it was that. Like he was kind of like lurched over, and Jonah said he didn't jump in to finish because he thought James was faking.
But
James was hurt. But you kind of see James come too. Like he's kind of out. Then he just kind of, like the Undertaker theme song hits, and he just kind of comes back up.
Damn, I need to watch that one. I don't know why I haven't seen it already.
Dude, it was a war. It was a war. It was a great performance by both guys. It was one of those fights where Jonah is doing his thing, wearing you down. James is coming out, throwing the bigger shots. Like all the bigger shots are all James, and that's kind of what he's known for. James is a power puncher, and then Jonah is just like that steady pace the whole time. So it'd be like James will have like a great 10 or 15 seconds of explosive movements, and then like Jonah just kind of like wears on him for 30, 40 seconds. Then James comes back like another big. James had the big moments. Just Jonah had a lot more moments. But that at the end, man, it was. I don't remember how it happened, but like James came in to go for a finish, and then Jonah just landed clean. I mean, it was just like boom, just kind of like out on his feet.
That's crazy.
He woke up and he was still standing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He thought he was doing some like reverse psychology on him.
Yeah, he thought it was like the Pete Cell fight in UFC.
Yeah. Where he pretends to be hurt and then knocks him out whenever he comes in.
Which he actually was hurt.
Oh well, yeah.
And even in that UFC fight, he was hurt, and like afterward, they all thought he was faking. He was like, "No, I was hurt. Like I was just like the dude. I think he like had a rib broken. He's like, oh." The opponent came in, and he just threw a big punch, landed, finished it, and then he fell back down, holding his rib in. So But yeah, it was almost like that. It was almost like that, but Jonah didn't bite.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I believe that's it for me tonight, man. You got anything else?
No, it's a successful podcast.
Successful. We went about 30 minutes over what we said we would, but that's all. It's all good. It was good.
That means it was really good.
Yeah, it was probably 20 minutes of us wasting time talking about oil wrestling. Though.
It's all right. It's all right. I done took Elijah's job, so
yeah. What's up, Elijah? What's up, son? If you want your job back, you got to go through this guy.
You gotta oil wrestle me. West Virginia oil wrestling. Get your tightest jeans. We got the oil.
That's right. Don't call the cops.
And it ain't gay. I swear it ain't gay.
It ain't gay, boys.
It ain't gay.
It ain't gay. It's wrestling. All right. Well, hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Joe, thanks for coming on. Hope to get you back, at least once a week. We'll get on there and do this once a week.
I'd love to.
Yeah, we'll keep this going. Joe, I'm trying to talk Joe into being our writer. I found out today he used to be a writer, so I'm trying to get him to start writing some little sports stories for us. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'll take a shot at it. Probably won't be no good, but we'll see.
You can always just use the AI and not tell me you did it, man. Like, yeah, it was all me, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
It was all me, baby. All right. Thanks, guys.